Hello and welcome back to Wyerman's Whimsy. We are going to do another alternate card using elements from the Meaningful Flowers August 2023 paper pumpkin kit. So I've got a card base. I've got the card overlay for the from the kit. I've also got one of these die cuts, and I've just trimmed the bottom leaf off. So it actually will just go on like this, and I put dimensionals on the back. So I'm actually going to construct most of this on screen with you so you can see how I've put it together. I'm using the Splatters embossing folder from the Splatters and Dots set. I've already run it through once, but I'm going to run it through again just to finish it off here. And I'm just lining that up. And I'm using this line here to line up with the fold in the card. And we always have to put the seam of the embossing folder, or the fold of the embossing folder in first. I'm actually going to have to double emboss this. I'm going to have to move this over just a little bit. And then I'm going to sandwich this up, and we're going to run it through. Now I only want to emboss that front piece, so I'm going to actually put my folder or my plate just at that line, so there won't be any embossing happening below that kind of pressure point. So I'm just going to run that through. There we go. And then just pull the whole thing out. There we are. And so we've got the front of the card embossed. I'm not sure if you can see the detail on that. Then we can just fold it over. And I need to trim this down. I want most of this to be kind of here and here. I want to put the greeting across the bottom here. So this is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to cut this down to 4. Actually, I'm going to cut it down to 4 1/4, but I'm going to trim some of the top off first, because as we put this in here, if I put this to 4 1/4, I want to have just a little bit more of the plain at the bottom. So I'm going to just trim off just about 1/4 of an inch here. Let's make sure I'm at the 1/4 of an inch line. And then, so this will go the full width, like full height of the card. So I'm going to cut this to 4 1/4 now. Okay, so we'll move that out of the way because we do not need it anymore. And we are going to make sure that that's going to fit on the front of the card, and it is. So I've got my Orchid Oasis, and I've got my greeting from the stamp. Says, "Your friendship is unforgettable." So we are actually going to stamp that down right here. So there we go. Sorry, just make sure I'm in frame. So your friendship is unforgettable. And then this will be dimensionalized there. So let's just go ahead and flat mount this, because what we're attaching to is already kind of bumpy. We're going to put adhesive all around the edge like that. And we are going to just line this up in the middle of the card like that, top to bottom. There we go. So that's what the card looks like on the front. Now the definition is on its side at the back, but you can turn it over and have a look really easily. So let's just take the dimensions off here, or the backing off the dimensionals. We're going to pop that in like that. And as I said, I just fussy cut or trimmed off the leaf. And the way they printed it, it makes it really easy to do. I've gone back to my enamel dots that I had colored for the first go round, and I don't want to lift up, so let me get this out and pick this up. And I just didn't want that one to go right there, so there is fine. So let's pick up another one. These are really sticky. I mean, it's great, but it's hard to get them off the background. So 90% of this video is going to be me trying to pick up the enamel dots. There we go. And then the last one, I'm just going to pop it down there like that. So what we've got now is a really cute card, side opening, lots of space inside to write your greeting, and even the back of this looks quite interesting. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more alternates.